Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RGL 518, welcoming you to another edition of Payoff Pitch 1985. Today's date is, 0518, 1985. Happens to be my birthday. That's what the 0518 actually stands for. So this is my birthday in 1985. We are at Veterans Stadium, one of the worst stadiums in baseball history. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. We got a good game tonight. The Dodgers are 23-12. The Phillies are 18-15. Two teams with winning records. Right now, the Dodgers lead the National League West. The Phillies trying to stay up with the Cardinals and the Expos in the National League East. Lots of baseball can definitely happen. There is no doubt. We could see a good game tonight, and we got a good pitching matchup, I think. We got Orel Hershiser pitching for the Dodgers. He will be taking on John Denny of the Phillies, as Steeler fan is first to come here at Veterans Stadium, one of the worst stadiums ever in baseball history. It was really concrete with some turf put on top of it. Ugh. Can't tell how many injuries Veterans Stadium caused for the Philadelphia Phillies or for any team that was visiting, or the Philadelphia Eagles. I really can't. I really can't tell how many injuries it stopped here. Let me get my camera here fixed a little bit. I guess that'll do. Okay, so we got a good baseball game tonight. Looking forward to it. So let's take a look. The starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies will be John Denny. He was 11-14 with a 3.82 ERA in 85. As I said, this is a matchup of two winning teams, so that's what we want to see. We want to see winners. Top of the first inning, leading off for the Dodgers will be second baseman Steve Sax. Denny is a right-hander. Sax batted .305 in 85 against righties. The Philadelphia Phillies originally won this game 7-5, so let's see how it goes. Here's the pitch to Sax. It is a tough 13. That will be a strikeout. Sax will go down. Next up will be center fielder Kenny Landreau, batted .279 with 10 homers against rights. Pitch to Landreau. That is a tough 51. It will be a fly ball to left field, easily caught by Steve Stone. Steve Stone for out number 2. Playing third base today in this game is Pedro Guerrero. Batted .327, 24 home runs. This guy was an absolute beast. Pedro Guerrero. Pedro Guerrero may be one of the first ball players to really be ripped. Maybe so, but Guerrero was a monster. As Tribe Fan 879 joins me at the vet. Denny's pitch. And that is a tough 59, and it will be a ground ball to third, throws to first, out number 1, so the Dodgers are retired in order. Good start for John Denny. Starting pitcher for the Dodgers today, Orel Hershiser, 26 years old. He had an awesome 85 season, 19-3 with a 2.03 ERA. Orel Hershiser, this man was amazing that year. Leading off for the Phillies, second baseman Juan Samuel, bats .275 against rights. Hershiser's pitch. In play 0-4, and Samuel is going to lead off with a double. That gets the Veterans Stadium crowd on its feet. A leadoff double for the speedy Samuel. Man on second, here's the left fielder Jeff Stone. Batted .261 against rights. That's a 7 on the dice. Nothing happening. Samuel does have a 6+ steal rating, and that would make it a 7 for this at bat, but it has to be doubles in order to steal third, so it's not, so Samuel will hold at second. Hershiser's pitch, another in play, 64. That's a ground ball to third. The throw is easy, will be gone to first for out number 1. Samuel with a run rating of 8. I will move him to third base on that play. Out number 1. Samuel goes to third. There's the run rating of 8. He's fast enough to make it. Here's the center fielder, Von Hayes, another underrated Phillies player I felt. Batted .276 with 9 homers against rights in 85. Samuel on at first. The Dodgers are going to play the infield back, just try to get the out. It's early. Hershiser's pitch. That's a tough 11, and it is a strikeout. And Hayes will go down for the second out. Orel Hershiser averaged about 6 strikeouts per 9 innings. Here is the man of the hour, the Tower Power, third baseman, the Michael Jack Schmidt. Batted .274 with 27 homers in 85. Hershiser will pitch. And it's a tough 65. Fly ball right field. And Wilson will make the catch. Not Wilson, I'm sorry, Mike Marshall will make the catch. So the leadoff double doesn't do anything for the Phillies. They do get a hit, but that is all they'll get. And at the end of 1, we still got no score. Inning number 2. Right fielder Mike Marshall batted .296 with 20 homers in 85. Had a good year. Good year from Mike Marshall. Another underrated player right field for the Dodgers in their history. Pitch to Marshall. That is a defense 92. That should be okay. Error check to third. The ball is at the Schmidt. His error rating is a 1, which is horrible. But that's a 92 on the dice. So Schmidt will get the ball. Throws to first. Out number 1. He gets it. One out. Here's the first baseman, Greg Brock. Another kind of an unsung hero for the Dodgers. 274 average, 19 home runs. Greg Brock, and a good first baseman, too. Very good first baseman, actually. His range is an A, and his error rating is a 4. Greg Brock, very good first baseman. Pitch from Denny. That is a tough 0-1, and that will be a struck him out. And Brock goes down on strikes for out number 2. Here's the catcher, Mike Scioscia. Batted .307 with 6 homers. Pitch from Denny. Tough 95 fly ball to right field. And that will be caught by Wilson, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Denny. Bottom of the second coming up. Leading off for the Phillies is first baseman Tim Corcoran. Al Red Sox fan joins me here. King of the Hill. One of the most awesome channels on planet Earth, and maybe in another universe as well. Tim Corcoran will bat. He batted .215 against Hershiser here in the bottom of the second. I absolutely loved your Red Sox-Yankees game last night there, Al. That is a patient 30, and that will be a walk. Base on balls. Hershiser averaged about 2.5 walks per 9. So Corcoran will trot down to first on a walk. No steal rating, nothing going on. Here is Ozzie Virgil. He is the catcher for the Phillies in this game. 15 home runs against rights, .250. Hershiser with the pitch. That's a patient as well, patient 63. Virgil will have a single on that hit. It's a hard grounder into right field. Runner on first will only advance 1 base, so Corcoran will stop at second. And the Phillies are in business. They go talk to Hershiser for a minute, try to settle him down. Here is, this is right fielder Glenn Wilson, batted .270 with 8 homers against rights. Runners at first and second for the Phils. For the Fighting Phils, Hershiser's pitch. That's a tough 97 fly ball left field. That will be caught by Reynolds. And that's out number 1. Corcoran will stay at second. Here's the shortstop, Luis Aguayo, batted .333 against Wrights in 85. Runners at first and second. Can Hershiser get out of the jam? That's a tough 45. And line drive hit right to short, out number 2. Right to short. Duncan goes ahead and makes that catch. 2 men down. Hershiser now one pitcher away from getting it. And here is John Denny. He does have his own pitcher card. He batted .123 against Wrights in 85 as a pitcher. Phillies with runners at first and second still. Can the pitcher do something? Hershiser's pitch. Tough 19 strikeout. And that will end the inning. Runners at first and second, but the Phillies can't do anything with it. No runs, a hit, a walk, and it's still scoreless at the end of 2. Third inning. Leading off for the Dodgers will be left fielder R.J. Reynolds. Batted .267 in 85. A matchup of 2 winning teams. The Dodgers 23-12. The Phillies 18-15 at this time in our quick results charts. Denny with the pitch. In play, 91. That's a ground ball to short. And Aguayo will throw to first for out number 1. So far, a much different game than the last 2 we played, where we had the Detroit Tigers and the Rangers and the Twins, and there were lots of runs scored. So far, typical National League game. Here's the shortstop, Mariano Duncan. I'll bet you that brings back a few memories. Duncan, great shortstop, too. Not a great hitter, but a very good fielder. .224 average against Wrights in 85. Mariano Duncan pitched to Denny. And that's a patient 49. He will get a base hit. Single for Duncan will have trot down to first. Duncan with a chance to steal looks pretty good. The batter is Orel Hershiser. He batted .197 as a pitcher. We're going to send Duncan. Duncan is a 5+ steal rating, which actually becomes a 6. Denny's hold rating is a 7. So we're going to send Duncan on a steal. So a 0 to 63 on the card. Duncan goes. That's a 46. There he goes. His steal rating is a B, and Virgil's arm is a 4. So we will draw another card. So it will be an excellent chance to steal. The throw down to second. That is safe by a mile. Duncan steals second base. Stolen base for Duncan. And now Hershiser will bat. Could call for the sacrifice in this case to try to move him over to third. But I think we'll have Hershiser hit with a runner on second base. So Hershiser will take a swing, because Duncan would score from second base anyway on a base hit. So, with 2 outs. So, they're going to let Hershiser take a swing. Pitch from Denny. That's a defense check, 62. Error check to right field. The ball is hit to Wilson. His error rating is a 1. That is not good. That's going to be an error with a 62 on the dice, as that will be a big error. And it will be a single and an error by Orel Hershiser, according to the card here, single +1. So here's what happens. Hershiser gets a base hit, and it's an E9. So that, of course, that will score Duncan from second easily. And Hershiser will take second base. And just like that, the Dodgers are now up 1-0 on a single and an error. Stadium groans a little bit. 1-0 Dodgers. Second hit of the game of the inning. And here is Steve Sax. I'm pretty sure you guys can have many memories of Steve Sax playing second base. Good ball player. Good ball player, Steve Sax. Always was. 1 out. Hershiser on at second. Pitch from Sax to Sax. That is an in-play 93. That's a fly ball to left. That will be out number 2. As Reynolds will put, Stone will put that away. Two outs now for Kenny Landreau. Landreau 0 for 1. Denny's pitch. And it's a ballpark, 53. That will be an in-play for Landreau. In-play 76 is a fly out to center, and that will end the inning. Dodgers get 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error on the Phillies. Bottom of the third coming up, 1-0 Bums. Who leads off for the Phils? That would be Juan Samuel. Samuel got a double his first time up off of Hershiser. Pitch from Hershiser, tough, 46. And that's a ground ball right back to Hershiser. He will toss it over to first for out number 1. Here's Jeff Stone. Remember the last time we saw Jeff Stone, he had a couple of home runs in my Mets loss to the Phillies in that game I played. Stone is 0 for 1. And that's a patient 27. That will be a triple for Jeff Stone. A patient 27 definitely marks a triple. Stone will head to third base as he hit it into the deepest corners of center field at the Vet. That gets the Veterans Stadium crowd up a little bit. And now Von Hayes, runner at third base. Stone, not a bad runner. Dodgers are going to play the infield in and infield back and just try to get the out. It's early still. Veterans Stadium, one of the worst stadiums in baseball history. Hershiser's pitch to Hayes. And it's a tough 22 strikeout. Big strikeout by Hershiser. That's the third strikeout for the Bulldog. 2 outs, and here is Mike Jack Schmidt. Schmidt was 35 years old in 85, but he was still clubbing them. 2 outs now. Infield still normal for the Dodgers. Hershiser trying to get out Mr. Schmidt. That is a defense check, 75. Let's see what we got. It's a range check to left field. The ball is hit to Reynolds. Reynolds' range is a D. 1 to 63. That's a 75. Reynolds will run over there and make the catch. And end the inning. So that just goes as a fly ball to left field. And the Phillies do not get the run in. No runs and a hit, still 1-0 Dodgers. As the Fightin' Phils fail to cash him out. Top of the fourth coming up. Here is Pedro Guerrero. An absolute beast of a man he was. Watched many games with the Dodgers on TV when I was younger as they played the Mets. And every time Guerrero came up to the plate, as a Mets fan, I always was afraid that Guerrero, the only place Guerrero was going to put that baseball was in the seats. Pitch from Denny. Patient 48. That's a walk. Guerrero will trot down to first. Batter now is Mike Marshall. Guerrero on it first. Denny looking into Marshall. Pitch on the way. Tough, 38. And that's a strikeout. He gets Marshall. Denny averaged about 5 strikeouts per 9 innings. 1 man out. Here's Greg Brock. Guerrero on it first. Pitch from Denny. And another tough 89. That's a ground ball to second. Brock's double play rating is a 6. Denny's a 7. That is an 8. The only play they're going to get is to second base, as Guerrero is going to be out. They'll try to get back to first, but Brock will make that, and it will be a fielder's choice. Two down now for Mike Scioscia. Denny's pitch. Patient 54, that's a walk. Denny averaged about 3.2 walks per 9. Yeah. I tell you, these cards are so slippery, but they're so good. And Scioscia will trot down to first, so that is now runners at first and second with 2 outs. And that is walk number 2 by Denny. And now it gives a chance for R.J. Reynolds. Playing on my birthday, 05-18-85. And yes, it was my birthday on that date. How old was I? 1985? 16? I think so, 16, 17. I forget, I'm just old. I'm just old, guys. I'm just old. I'm not as young as a Steeler fan, 1933, Tri fan, and Al Red Sox fan is just a kid. Pitch from Denny. Tough, 84. That's a fly ball to center field. That'll be put away by Hayes, and the inning will be over. No runs, couple of walks, no hits. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-0 Dodgers. Nope, not you. Come on, Al. You're just a kid. Come on, I look at you. You're not. Come on, Al. You know for a fact you're no older than 22. Come on, I know it. Let's put it this way. You're as young as Nurse Teresa. And Nurse Teresa, I know for a fact, is only 23 years old, okay? Bottom of the 4th, here comes the Bulldog. And Tim Corcoran leads off for the Fightin' Phils. Hershiser will pitch. And that's a tough 63. Ground out to shortstop. Nice easy play made by Duncan, out number 1. Ozzie Virgil comes up next. He got a single his last time up. Hershiser's pitch. Tough, 64 again. And that's a fly ball to right this time. Put away easily by Marshall. And now Glenn Wilson. Typical National League game in the 80s. Wilson flew out his last time up. Hershiser with the pitch. That's a ballpark 98. That will definitely be in play. In play, 63 for Wilson, and it's a fly ball to right field. Marshall will make that catch as well, and Hershiser sets him down in order. And that's the first time he's done that in this game. First 1-2-3 inning by Hershiser. Still 1-0 in favor of the Bums. Top of the 5th. Here is Mariano Duncan. He singled his last time up. Pitch from Denny. Tough, 65. And what do we got here? Fly ball to right field. That'll get put away by Wilson, out number 1. Here's Orel Hershiser. He will hit. Batted 197 as a pitcher. Got a base hit his last time up, actually. Tough 15. Not this time. That is a strikeout. And that is strikeout number 4 for Denny. Coming up is Steve Sachs with 2 outs. Denny trying to have a nice 1-2-3 himself. Here's the pitch. That is a tough 35 base hit for Steve Sachs. He gets a single, just got it too. A 35 barely gets it, but he's got it. Sachs gets a single. He will trot down to first. And a chance now for Ken Landreau. Sachs a 4+ as a steal rating. That's a 6. Nothing going to happen there. So Landreau will hit away with 2 outs. Dodgers leading the Phils 1-0. Top of the 5th inning. Good matchup between Hershiser and Denny. Denny with the pitch. In play, 32. That's going to be a base hit for Ken Landreau. That will be a single. Sachs with a run rating of 7 automatically makes third. Landreau on at first. Dodgers have a chance. Runners at first and third for Pedro Guerrero. John Denny looks at the base runners. He's got runners in the corners, but there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Denny checks and deals. And that's a tough 40. And that will be a popped up. Guerrero pops it out to second. Coming under at to make the play will be Samuel. And a chance for the Dodgers goes by the board. No runs, 2 hits. Still 1-0 boys in blue. Or in this case, they're actually wearing white. They're actually wearing gray jerseys, aren't they? This is 1985, so the Dodgers will be wearing the gray jerseys with the word Dodgers on the front, and the Dodgers logo, Dodgers word mark on their jersey was outlined in white. Halfway through this game, 1-0. Like to remind you, tomorrow we have more inside pitch seasons coming up. We go to 1984. We will have the Detroit Tigers taking on the Chicago White Sox. We're going to do Jack Morris. We're going to attempt to do Jack Morris's no-hitter. That date was April 7, 1984. As we move through the inside pitch seasons. And for Payoff Pitch tomorrow, we will again feature the same Los Angeles Dodgers. They take on the Montreal Expos tomorrow night. So we have the Dodgers tonight and tomorrow. That's how the schedule came up when I did it. So I'll continue to do it. So we'll have Dodgers and Expos tomorrow. A big game between 2 division leaders. The Dodgers lead the National League West. The Expos lead the East. So it's not like I'm showing 2 cupcakes. Bottom of the 5th inning, who leads off? That would be this guy. Luis Aguayo leads off for the Fightin' Phils. Hershiser pitches. See what he's got. That's a tough 70, and it will be a ground out to second base. Put away easily by Sachs, out number 1. They will let John Denny bat. Why not? He's pitching a good game. He's only giving up a run. And that run actually was unearned because of the error. John Denny batted 123 as a pitcher. Pitch to Denny, tough. 13 struck him out. Denny, of course, strikes out for the second time. Top of the order for the Phillies, here is Juan Samuel. Another underrated player for the Phillies, I thought. Good second baseman, and for some reason always seemed to get a timely hit. Pitch from Hershiser. And that is a defense 55. Let's see what happens. Range check to second base. The ball is hit to Sachs. His range is a B. 1-39 is a hit. 55, he's got the play, makes it, throws to first. Side retired. Nice play by Sachs. 1, 2, 3, go the Phils. Still 1-0 in favor of the Dodgers. CP Cards and Dice joins me here at Veterans Stadium. Always a pleasure to have him. Mets are one of the top 6 teams of 1985, and I never see them on the channel. Well, they're coming up probably next week. I do have the Mets scheduled for a game against the Dodgers, as a matter of fact. But right now, that's how my schedule's coming up. Hey, what do you want me to do? It's not just about the Mets, as much as I want to play them, but you know what? I like showing all the other teams as well. Mike Marshall leads off for the Dodgers here in the top of the 6th. Marshall 0 for 2. Denny, let's see, patient 81. Oh, that's a fly ball to center field, out number 1. Catch is made by Hayes. Here's Mike Scioscia. I mean, come on, I had the Mets on twice already. You got to go catch them. Watch the games. I've had the Mets twice so far in the season. Denny's pitch. That's a tough 24. And what we got here? Single for Scioscia. It's a base hit. Wow. Scioscia rarely struck out against right-handers, and with a 24 and a 25 is a base hit on a tough. Scioscia gets a hit. Next batter will be Greg Brock. Scioscia on it first. Still nothing, no strategy going on, so Denny will pitch to Brock. 1 out, top of the 6th. Pitch from Denny. Tough, 29. Base hit for Greg Brock. That will be a single. It's a line drive into center field. Scioscia will advance to second, and that is as far as he'll go. And now a chance for R.J. Reynolds. So the Dodgers are in business here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Mets. Yeah, I know. Well, tell you what, Tony, you play so many Mets games. I get my Mets fixed by watching yours. Your Tom Seaver replays are just outstanding. Scioscia on at second, Brock at first, 1 out. John Denny, a little bit of a jam. Reynolds the batter. Pitch coming. That's a tough 57. That is a ground ball to third. Reynolds' double play rating's a 6. Denny's a 7. That's a 3. Third base to second base to first base. Double play. Inning over. R.J. Reynolds grounds out into the 5-4-3. And it remains 1-0 Dodgers. BBS Bias Broadcasting System. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Bulldog coming up. Here is Jeff Stone. Stone hit a triples last time up. Pitch from Hershiser. Patient 40. That's a base hit. Stone gets a nice single. He'll trot down to first. Stone is 2 for 3 tonight. Von Hayes will take a swing for the Phillies. And see his 5B steal rating. That's an 11. Nothing happening. Hershiser's pitch. Tough, 21, steal right out, and Hayes will go down. Von Hayes has the hat trick. He has struck out 3 times tonight. Now a chance for Michael Jack Schmidt. Stone still on at first. Hershiser will pitch. That's a tough 73. Ground ball to second base. That's a 12. There's no way they'll get Schmidt, there's no way they will get Stone. Stone will make it to second on a field on the advancement. Schmidt, the only play was to first base, so Schmidt is out, and Stone advances to second. Here's Tim Corcoran with 2 outs, tying run at second base, but so far, Hershiser has kept the Phillies from crossing the plate. Corcoran is 1 for 2. Hershiser's pitch. Ballpark 63, that is in play. In play 19, and well, that goes out the window. That's going to be a base hit for Tim Corcoran. Stone will score from second easily. Corcoran at first. Phillies tie the game 1-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Next batter is Ozzie Virgil. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch from the Bulldog, and that was Suadice. Will re-roll. That's a patient 52. That's a base hit for Ozzie Virgil. That's a single. Corcoran is a run rating of 3, so I actually have to draw the card. Line drive into left field. The runner on first will only advance 1 base, so Corcoran, as slow as molasses, will have to hold at second base. And probably already heavy breathing just getting there. Third base hit in this inning. And now a chance for Glenn Wilson. Runners at first and second. Hershiser now in a bit of a jam. Phillies originally won this game 7-5. Hershiser's pitch. That's a 7. That's an in-play 21. That will be a base hit by Glenn Wilson. That is a single. Got to draw a card for Corcoran. Sharp liner drops in front of left field. Runner on first advances 1 base, but the runner on second scores. Corcoran comes across the plate, and the Phillies take the lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! 2-1. Third straight base hit in a row. The batter now is Luis Aguayo with still 2 outs. They're going to go talk to Hershiser on the mound a little bit, settle him down. Salvador America says, leave the back door open and I creep. And I creep as Salvador gets in here. Joins us here at Veteran Stadium, one of the worst stadiums in history. Can Hershiser get out the jam? Now 2-1 Phils. Hershiser's pitch. That's a tough 34, and Aguayo's going to fight the pitch off. It's going to be a single for Aguayo. Virgil has no run rating either, so I got to draw another card. Opposite field liner. Into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second scores. Virgil comes in. He crosses the plate. Wilson will have to hold at second base, and the Phillies now lead it 3-1. As all that excitement from Orel Hershiser, suddenly he can't get anybody out. The batter now is the pitcher, John Denny. Denny's fatigue inning is a 7. That is actually the next inning he's due. And runners at first and second, so his fatigue inning is the next inning. I'm going to take him out. Denny has done his job, and they're going to bring in a pinch hitter against Hershiser. And it has to be the most at-bats against a righty, as it's not the 9th inning. And it will be Greg Gross. He will come up to bat. Greg Gross, 258 average, no homers against rights in 1985. Runners on first and second, a chance for Philadelphia to open the lead up even more. Checking with Hershiser. Got to settle him down a bit. Phillies have scored 3 runs in this inning. It's 3-1. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 66. That will end the inning. It's a fly ball to left field. And that will be caught by Reynolds, and the inning is over. 3 runs for the Phillies on 5 hits. At the end of 6, Phillies lead the Dodgers now 3-1. As Salvador America says, another RJL type of game. Top of the 7th, let's see, leading off is Mariano Duncan. And that's going to be, and although Hershiser is due to bat second, he's going to come out as well. They'll go to the pen as well, as Hershiser will be done after that inning. But Mariano Duncan will lead off. Phillies do need a pitcher. So let's see who we can bring in. Let's see who we got with. Let's see. Usually have to go by innings pitched, but they're going to bring in Kevin Gross to pitch. Kevin Gross will pitch here for the Phillies. 24 years old in 85, and yes, that is the same Kevin Gross that would be on the Dodgers in 1994, by the way. 15-13, 3.41 ERA. He can pitch. So he will come out. He can, a long reliever. He can pitch innings 7, 8, and 9 if he wishes to. Mariano Duncan leads off. He will bat. Pitch from Gross. And it's a tough 73. Ground out to short. Ground out to second base, I'm sorry. Nice play made by Samuel, out number 1. Pinch hitter coming up for Hershiser. He will be done. Need a man that goes against righties. So let's see what we got here. And coming in to bat, 73, 84, 98. Coming up to bat for the Dodgers will be Terry Whitfield. He has 96 at-bats against right-handed pitching. Terry Whitfield batted .265. Got to go tend to the wife. She had surgery today. Yes, I know, as you told me there, Salvador. Good to see you. And we'll see how your Red Sox do in 10-minute ticker tonight. You can always check the 10-minute ticker, since now the game is always being done, since I now do the 10-minute ticker at the end of the game instead during. So Gross's pitch to Whitfield. And that's a tough 50. Base hit. Terry Whitfield gets a single. Pinch hit for Whitfield. He will go to first. That will bring up Steve Sachs with a runner on first. 1 out. Kevin Gross coming in relief for John Denny. 7th inning. Gross with the pitch. Patient 17. That will be a walk. Whitfield trots down to second. Sachs to first. The tying run for the Dodgers is now on. A chance now for Kenny Landreau. Runners at first and second, 1 out, top of the 7th. Can Gross get a good pitch? That is an in-play 84. And that will be a ground ball to second base. Landreau's double play rating is a 7. Gross is a 6. That is an 8. The only play they'll get will be Sachs. Whitfield will make it to third. Sachs is out at second, and Landreau is safe at first. Fielder's choice, 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Pedro Guerrero. And 2 outs. Guerrero, slugger, no doubt about that. Whitfield on at third, Landreau at first. Pitch from Gross. That is a patient 88. He will get out of it. Ground ball to short, taken care of by Aguayo. And he will throw to first to get Guerrero out, and the inning is over. So nothing for the Dodgers on 1 hit. A walk and a fielder's choice. 7th inning stretch. 3-1 Phillies. Timeout for station break. I'll be right back. Remember, tomorrow we have on Inside Pitch, Jack Morris's no-hitter, April 7th, 1984. The Tigers taking on the Chicago White Sox. And on Inside Pitch in the morning, and tomorrow night, again, these same Dodgers. They will take on the Expos in a battle of division leaders in my 85 replay. Who leads off? Juan Samuel leads off for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers need a pitcher. Got a righty and two lefties coming up, so I think the Dodgers will probably bring up a lefty. And it will be Carlos Diaz. He will get a chance. 6-3, 2.61 ERA. Carlos Diaz will now pitch for the Dodgers. Has supplemental strikeout rating of 50 to 58. Samuel will bat here, bottom of the 7th, with the Phillies leading 3-1. Diaz with the pitch. In play, 92. Ground out to shortstop. And that will be taken care of by Duncan, out number 1. Here is Jeff Stone. Stone has been excellent as a batter for the Phillies in the games I've been playing in. Hit a couple of home runs against in the Mets game, and now he has a triple and a single in this one. Pitch from Diaz. That's a tough 18. Strikeout. Stone will go down. Strikes out Stone on a nice fastball. And now Von Hayes. Hayes has struck out 3 times. Diaz with the pitch. Wheelhouse 74. Oh, wow. Hayes just missed it. That's just going to be a ground out to short. Easy play there by Duncan. Throws to first. Side retired. 1-2-3 inning for Diaz. Still 3-1 Phils. Top of the 8th coming up. Rapidly moving ball game so far. It is Mike Marshall leading off for the Dodgers. He will bat. Marshall is 0 for 3 tonight. Pitch from Gross. That's a tough 75. It will be a ground out to second base. Play is made by Samuel for out number 1. Next up is Greg Brock. Brock batted .274. Pitch from Gross. Tough. That's right on there. I got to re-roll it. Play it again. 7. Tough again. Tough 48. That is a ground out to third. That play is taken care of by M.J. Schmidt. 2 down. And here is Mike Scioscia. Kevin Gross with the pitch to Scioscia. That's a tough 60. And it will be a ground ball to third again. MJS will take care of it. Throws to first for the final out. 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers. Bottom of the 8th coming up, still 3-1 Phillies. The Michael Jack Schmidt will bat. Carlos Diaz is coming out. Got 2 rights coming up in the lineup, so they're going to go to a right-hander, I believe. And it will be, let's see who the Dodgers want to bring in. They will go with Ken Howell. 4-7, 3.77 ERA. Ken Howell will pitch to Michael Jack Schmidt in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch from Howell. Patient 99. That's a fly out to left easily. Play is made by Reynolds, out number 1. Here's Tim Corcoran. Corcoran will bat. He is 1 for 2 in this game tonight. Howell's pitch. Wheelhouse 86. Way too high. Ground out to second base. That'll get taken care of by Sachs. He throws to first. And now Ozzie Virgil. Howell's pitch. And that's a tough 54. And it's a ground ball to third. Guerrero will take care of that one. Throws to first. Inning done. A 1-2-3 inning for Ken Howell. And at the end of 8, it is still 3-1 Phillies. Will we see some 9th inning magic? R.J. Reynolds due to bat. Gross will come out. Phillies will go to the closer. You got a switch hitter, got a righty, and you're going to have a pinch hitter. They're going to go. They're going to go with Kent Ticovey. He'll start this inning. Don Carmen ready to go if necessary. Kent Ticovey, 4-10, 2.99 ERA. He had 14 saves. He'll go up against R.J. Reynolds here in the top of the 9th. Can the Phillies win this game over the Dodgers? Ticovey's pitch. And that is a tough 65. Fly ball right field. Glenn Wilson will make the catch. Out number 1. Next batter is Mariano Duncan. Might see a pinch hitter for him. Let's see. Now I can go by stat if there's anybody better. And the answer is no. There is nobody better than that 224 average. Duncan will hit. Mario Duncan will bat against Ticovey. Then we'll see a pinch hitter for Howell. Ticovey's pitch. Tough. 84. Ground ball to short. Aguayo will throw to first. Out number 2. Pinch hitter coming in for Howell. And they will go with Steve Yeager. Yeager bats 222 against rights. He's the best guy I have on the bench in for the roster in this game. Steve Yeager will go up against Ticovey with 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. Ticovey with the pitch. It's a patient 82. It will be a ground ball to shortstop. Picked up by Aguayo. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your ball game. Phillies beat the Dodgers tonight 3-1. Big win for the Phillies over a very good Dodger team. And that's your ball game. Stay tuned for the 10-minute ticker and the final line score. Remember, we are now using the fact cards for the 10-minute ticker. One card is chosen for the win, for who wins. One card is picked for the score, and one card is picked in case the score is a tie. That's day one. That will be day two. So where are we starting? We're starting here on May 18th, my birthday. We already know the Phillies beat the Dodgers 3-1. So let's see what happens. New York Yankees at California. It's a 7. That's a win for the Yankees. They win that game 2-0. Texas at Chicago White Sox. 8. That's a win for the White Sox. They win the game 8-6. Boston at Cleveland. That's an 8. That's a win for the Indians. Cleveland gets a win there. They win that game 6-1. Kansas City at Milwaukee. That's a 3. A win for the Royals. Win the game. They will win that game 9-8. Toronto at Minnesota. That's a 5. It's a win for the Blue Jays. They win that game 7-0. Detroit at Oakland. That's an 8. A win for the Athletics. 6-2. Baltimore at Seattle. An 11. A win for the Mariners. 3-0. Chicago Cubs at Atlanta. That's a 6. A win for the Cubbies. They beat the Braves 9-6. St. Louis at Houston. Steeler fan, I know, rooting for this one. St. Louis needs a 2-7 or a 12, and it's going to be a 9. It's a win for the Astros. The Astros win the game 8-1. San Diego at Montreal. That's a 3. It's a win for the Padres. 7-7 plus 5, 12. So they win that game 12-7. San Francisco at New York Mets. Giants need a 2-5 or a 12. They get the 5. They will beat my Mets. 8-6. Philadelphia already beat the Dodgers. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. That's a 3. It's a win for the Reds. They win that game 7-0. Next day, May 19, New York Yankees at California. That's an 8. It's a win for the Angels. They win that game 7-3. Texas at Chicago White Sox. A win for the Rangers with a 4. They will win that game 5-0. Boston Red Sox against Cleveland. That's a 6. It's a win for the Red Sox. They win that game 7-2. Kansas City at Milwaukee. That's a 10. It's a win for the Brewers. It's a 9-5 win for the Brew Crew. Toronto at Minnesota. It's an 8. It's a win for the Twins. 6-3. Detroit at Oakland. It's a 7. That's a win for the Tigers. 4-1. Baltimore at Seattle. A 7. That's a win for the Orioles. Win that game 5-2. I'm sorry, wrong. My bad. 6 plus 5. 11-6. Chicago Cubs at Atlanta. That's an 8. It's a win for the Braves. 6-1. St. Louis at Houston. Can the Astros win another one for Steeler fan? It's a 6. No, Cardinals will win that game. 7-7 plus 5 is a 12-7 win for the Cardinals. San Diego at Montreal. That's a 4. It's a win for the Padres. They win that game 6-0. San Francisco at New York Mets. A 4. Again, my Mets can't beat the lowly Giants. The Giants will beat the Mets 9-0. Los Angeles at Philadelphia. That's a 12. That's a win for the Phillies. They win that game 5-1. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. That's a 10. It's a win for the Pirates. They win that game 8-2. And that is your 10-minute ticker for tonight. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Rigged. Hey, rigged. My Mets lost tonight, too, to a team that all they needed was a 2 and a 5 and a 12, and they couldn't even get that. So that will do it for tonight, everyone. Inside pitch tomorrow, Tigers versus the White Sox. And tomorrow, in payoff pitch tomorrow, Los Angeles Dodgers again taking on the Expos, a battle of two division leaders. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Steeler fan 1933, Al Red Sox fan, CP Cards and Dice TV, Tony, Tribe fan 879, Salvador America. Thank you all for joining me. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night for more exciting action. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. And we'll see you then. It is the Phillies over the Dodgers tonight, 3-1. Catch you guys later.